What up, world? I'm Steve, founder and CEO of CryptoCrewUniversity.com, home of the #1 crypto classes. If you want to take this complex world of crypto, make it super simple so that you have more success, this channel is for you. Hit that subscribe button, join the movement, and everybody, hit that thumbs up button. Right now, Bitcoin and the entire crypto market is in a critical place. But something is brewing. Bitcoin is about to have a massive, legendary move. I'm not talking about the move, the recent from 6.4 up to 8, something much bigger. Today's video, we're going to break down exactly what that move is, exactly what you need to be ready for and what you should be looking at and what you should be preparing for right now. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you got a smile on your face. I hope you're looking fresh, and I hope you're ready for another really powerful video. This one is going to be something that you're going to be able to take these lessons learned today and really make it clear in the chart, this big picture, so that you can be several steps ahead of the other humans and see the big picture crystal clear. What I mean by that, and by the way, before we get started, we're lucky to have this video out. I feel blessed that you are watching this. So if you're watching this right now, my son has 102 temperature. It's been a rough couple days. On top of that, my mom just got into town. I only get to see her a couple times a year because I'm always living in different countries. I worked my tail off to get you this video, so I hope you appreciate it. Now, these bigger moves are what's important. What I mean by that is, yes, we're going to talk about this move from 6.4 to 8, what we expect, price targets, what to watch, but something much bigger is about to happen, and that is what we're going to cover as well. I'm talking about the move from 20K down to 3K and the move from 3K up to 14 and the move from here to here. These are massive moves. This is where you have either won all of your money or where you've lost all your money. These are the major moves that separate the men from the boys. This and the women from the ladies. This is monumental, and this is where you've got to focus. I know in crypto everybody wants to focus, candle by candle and hour by hour, but that's not where you're going to make the big differences in your portfolio. But a move from here to here, that's where you would make a big difference. Now, how do we identify this? We're going to use the same core set of principles that have helped us in the past, and that's always looking left. That's controlling our emotions, staying level-headed, only looking at the facts and not our emotional opinions or the news. We take a very scientific approach to this. What I mean is, if we look at this candle here, it's easy to say now this candle was the one that started our legendary rally. It's easy to say that now, but this is where it all started. It was a monumental shift in the market. It was a brand new cycle, and it happened at this candle. It's where Bitcoin led the market and everything else followed. And you have to be able to identify where this is so you can be ready for the next big wave. So looking at this, taking a screenshot with your mind at that candle, if we go back in history, we made a video on December 15th, 2018, so a little over a year ago, when we were at that exact candle. And our video was about how we were about to have a legendary move, the next big cycle, the next big move. And looking back, obviously it was pretty legendary. And a lot of people got very excited in the market when we were going up past 10K, 11K, 12K. There was a lot of excitement. People were buying in at all the wrong times. There was a lot of exuberance in the market. Everyone just believed it was going a lot higher. But this candle here is what triggered the next monumental move. And what we're going to talk about today is how to identify this. Because again, we use the same core principles the same fundamental skills, and we made this video here, which highlighted that exact candle. And the title of the video is quite funny. Will Bitcoin hit 20K this week? That was the real talk of the town. Everybody thought 20K, 30K, 50K, we're going to the moon. And we said, we have a major market shift, and this is going to be a big downturn because this is a gravestone doji candle. So those are the big moves. At the times of these big moves, the herd and everyone in the market will say the opposite. Just like this candle back here, everyone was calling for 2K, 1.5K, 1.8K, 1K, 500. And it's difficult to remove all that emotional thoughts and just take a scientific approach. So that's what we're going to discuss in today's video. On top of that, we're going to discuss this move we're in right now and what to watch for. But again, there's something a little bit bigger brewing that may surprise you. It may shock you a little bit, but it's only going to be what the charts are dictating, not my emotional opinion. Again, just removing emotions, that's how we're going to take it. But what I want to start with is how you can win $100 of Bitcoin. We like to do giveaways. We just did a giveaway on Twitter. We announced the winner. By the way, if you know the winner, tell him to wake up and email me or send me his Bitcoin address. He hasn't responded. However, we're doing another giveaway on our website for our email list. So right now, you can enter for free to win $100 of Bitcoin. We'll announce the winner next video. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com, scroll all the way to the bottom and put your email address and hit that subscribe button. Then you're entered to win $100 of Bitcoin. It's that easy. So go there right now, cryptocrewuniversity.com, scroll to the bottom, put your email address. If you're already subscribed to our email address, you could put another one and subscribe again. Probably shouldn't tell you that, but go for it. All right. So today's video is going to be jam-packed with these two big picture moves. One of them is the one we're in now, and the other one is here. But we have to address another elephant in the room. Meet Jim. You may have felt like Jim before. Raise your hand if you have. More than likely you have. I have as well. Jim is stressed out. I got into trading way back when I was 16 years old, and it happened to be right before the dot-com bubble. So I got into the market. I was making money, and boom, the market turned and reality set in. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just some 16-year-old kid that really thought he knew what he was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like Jim. Every trade I made, I felt so much stress and pressure, and I really didn't know what the hell, how to gain my recover my losses, gain back any type of winnings I had before. But the reality is, this is James. There's not many people that wind up like James because 90 to 95% of humans will lose money in crypto. James is somebody that understands there's rules to this game. There's core principles to this game. There's fundamental ways on how to be a day trader, a swing trader, and a long-term investor, and there's strategies for each. And James invested in himself and turned it around. And you can see his significant other. Why do I tell you this? You're probably more or less, majority of the time, like Jim. I want to get you to feel like James. I've taken my 19 years of experience and condensed it down into the most powerful lessons because I know how to make that transition. I know how to make that transition. And I've helped so many of my students become more like James. This is where you want to be, but it's very, very difficult. So we've got two choices, the gold combo and the diamond combo. These are the two options, right? And this is, I want to help you go from this guy to this guy. And you could do it. You could do it. Here's how you do it. You're going to sign up to the diamond combo if you're really new to crypto. If you've been in a handful of months and you want to start right at step one. You don't want to miss any important videos. You want to start right at step one. The diamond combo is for you. It'll be the first link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video as well. Or go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. cryptocrewuniversity.com. In these classes, you're going to learn how to day trade, how to swing trade, how to be a long-term investor, and my personal hybrid strategy. There's strategies for each, and they're very different, and it'll help you decide which avenue is best for you and your personality, and how much time you have for trading, and how much money you have for trading, and how much money you want to make. We break it down into the most simple way. The gold combo is perfect for you if you've been in crypto a little bit longer. If you've been in crypto between 1 and 2 years, you're going to sign up to the gold combo. It's the top seller by far and the most popular. There'll be the second link right down in the description, or just go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. You'll see both combos right there front and center. If you have any questions at all, just write me an email. info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. I'll be standing by to help you. I want you to be like James. Now, here's how we're going to approach this. This is the scientific approach that we used before. We have our green bubbles and we have our blue bubbles. What I want you to focus on first is the green or the yellow, right? What we want to do is identify these different indicators, and we're looking at specific fractals, meaning the charts set up the exact same way in 2018 after we had a death cross, the same as this one, right? So we were at a price of 7,000 and we went on a pretty big rally up above 10K. But what happened is more interesting. You can see that the indicators here, the RSI, was in bearish territory. Again, our yellow indicator here, 56. If you're on a weekly chart and you're looking at the RSI, if we're below 56, we're bearish. Plain and simple. For the history of Bitcoin, this has been true. We went right up to that resistance level and came back down. That was the top of that rally. That's how we were able to call correctly this rally that got a little bit above 10K. We did the same exact thing in the RSI. And by the way, our squeeze momentum, same thing. Our squeeze momentum, you can see that these are going up and up and up as we approach the top. Same here. How about our wave trend? Wave trend broke down below the critical level of 4.8. Same pattern played out, yellow for yellow, each step of the way. But it gets better because we've been tracking the next failed rally, right? We've been tracking the next failed rally for the past 4 videos. So the past 4 weeks, we have been calling for another failed rally, which we'll get to more in detail in this video. But we talked about last week's video, the bullish divergence. We've talked about the patterns repeating in this next chart that we're going to get to in a moment. But again, we were well aware there was going to be another failed rally. Keyword failed. But what are the indicators telling us? Is the chart setting up a little bit differently? Are we going to break through? Is this finally going to be a bull run for the future? Let's take a closer look. You can see the RSI back in 2018, again, was at this level of about 40. We rallied all the way up to our resistance once again, making it a failed rally, staying in bearish territory. Again, this move was after a death cross, same as here. We recently had a death cross and we moved into these 2 fractals. You can see again here, the squeeze momentum is losing. Same scenario as happening here. Again, RSI coming down again from that 40 level, testing this area. This is going to be a really key test. A really key test for us. And we're going to get into exactly the price points I want you to watch and exactly the pieces of the chart I want you to watch to stay a couple steps ahead. This is one. Watch the RSI on a weekly and how we interact with this 55.35, 55.5 area. If we're above that, that's major. That's major. But watch for a rejection from there. Okay, you can see the wave trend. During this rally in 2018, is happening pound for pound, move for move, the same way. The wave trend came down, bounced off of this green territory, and started moving up. You can see we came down, we bouncing right now off of this green territory. And the stochastic RSI, very interesting here. Stochastic RSI, from the yellow to the blue, it made a higher high. We've already done that. We've already made our higher high from yellow to blue here, and you can see these moves playing out pound for pound. It's very fascinating when you break it down in such a simple way, so you can see, these are repeating patterns, and you'll be able to see it even more clearly right here. This is a chart we've been following for 4 months. For 4 months, we talked about this death cross. I know a lot of folks, Steve, the death cross doesn't mean anything when we made our videos before the death cross happened. But again, when you remove emotion and you take a scientific approach, the death cross for the history of mankind has been significant in any market. So the death cross happened back here in 2018. What happened next is price went on a big rally. Okay? Death cross happened here. What happened next? We went on a big rally. All right, after the big rally, what happened? We came back down to the 50-day. Well, what happened in this one? We came back down to the 50-day, holding support. When we broke it, we fell to a lower low. When we broke it, we fell to a lower low. What happened next? And this is something that we've been following for a few weeks now. We rallied up to the 50-day, had a fallback, had a little slight pullback. Rallied up to the 50, slight pullback. What happened in this scenario? We rallied up to the 50 on December 22nd. We had a pullback here on January 3rd. In the last week's video, we pointed out the bullish divergence, and we finally broke through. And now we did enter our target zone here, but the BLX shows that we only went to a high of 8,001, which you are probably well aware we went up to about 8,004. So we entered this area. The question is, what happens next? This is something that we've prepared for. We've been looking at this chart for 4 months. It's really fascinating how these repeatable patterns happen pound for pound and move for move. But again, when you remove emotion and you keep it simple, you can do this at home. You can do this. I know you can. So again, if you're new here, this is where we take this complex world of crypto, make it super simple. So hit that subscribe button, join the movement, and hit that thumbs up button. So now, what are we looking for? What happened back here? What happened back here was we made a lower high. So we came up here and we actually got rejected by the 200-day, but the key was it was a lower high than the previous. We continued to step down the stairs. So if we're taking a realistic approach, using our core principles, we know that we've got this trend line here. The trend is your friend until the end, always and forever. We followed this trend line step for step. And if we came up to this trend line in the next, let's call it week, we could go as high as 9K, right? And you continue to go down. If we, for example, were to enter on February 16th to this top trend line, we're talking about 8.6K. So it all depends on the timing, but we're probably going to battle with this trend line once more. And by the way, the 200-day moving average is coinciding beautifully with this trend line. There's going to be a lot of resistance here, and this will be very critical. But there's one price in particular that's going to be the be-all, end-all of everything. It's going to dictate the next 6 to 8 months in crypto. There's one price. Right now, we're on a rally. People are feeling excited. People think Bitcoin is back. People think Bitcoin is going back to the moon. It will only make noise if we pass 10.5K. We have to change the trend. It's been a 194-day downtrend. In order to change the trend, we have to make a higher high. That will help to start to change the trend. If you see Bitcoin above 10.5K, there's going to be a lot of smart money coming in. Bitcoin will pretty rapidly move to 14. It'll pick up very quickly. If you don't see Bitcoin get above 10.5K, we're going to continue stepping down the stairs as we've been in this price channel for quite some time, right? In a nutshell, that's what we're looking at. But again, there's something bigger happening. This is the short term, okay? Here's the next couple weeks. We're going to try to battle up here, and more than likely, it's looking like it's going to be another failed rally, as we've talked about for the past month. There's no indications right now in the charts that are saying we're going to break above 10.5K. I hope something comes in the next week or two that illustrates that. I would be delighted. But right now, as we stand, this is the reality, right? But something bigger is brewing, and that's what we need to get to. As we look at the Gaussian channel, let's break it down in a simple way. The Gaussian channel, the legendary Gaussian channel, has really dictated a lot of the massive moves. And if we go back to 2010, right? So for the past over 9 years, a little more than 9 years, anytime we've entered the Gaussian channel, it hasn't turned out pretty. Meaning, we've entered here in September, October of 2011. It took us 1 year to get out of the channel. It's like quicksand. When we get in, there's turmoil, and we battle like hell to try to get out. There's a lot of blood in the streets at this point in the market. There's a lot of turmoil and capitulation, right? If we fast forward, the next time we entered it was a few years later, in 2014. We entered it. It took us more than 1 year to get out of the channel. We even went below the channel. It was turmoil. Any time in the history of Bitcoin that we entered this channel, it was quicksand. It was really, really tumultuous. Now again, fast forward to 2018. We entered it in May. It took us until the following May to get out. Blood in the streets, capitulation, so on and so forth. It's a battle. Now, we've entered it, and we've covered this at length. We entered it on November 18th, 2019, just recently. Is this going to be the first time ever that Bitcoin has enough strength to get out cleanly without falling deep into the quicksand? Or are we going to be down in this channel or below for the next year? One thing to point out is the top of the Gaussian channel is about 9K. We can go ahead and switch the sides here so that you can see the price. The top of the channel is about 9K. You can see on your screen right now. Meaning, there's a lot of things that are going to fall in line. If we're able to get above 10.5K, not only do we switch the trend, we got out of the Gaussian channel cleanly. We would be above the 21 week. We would be above the 50 week. We would also be above the level in the RSI on the weekly to show very bullish. Everything would turn bullish. There would be a lot of new money coming into the market. The people with deep pockets would be investing a pretty penny, and Bitcoin would go crazy. But it would be the first time that would ever happen, that we came out of the Gaussian channel cleanly, especially in such a bearish market that we've been in for this time period. So now that we painted this picture for the short term, we've got to start going into the bigger picture. This bigger move that's brewing, because it's got some muscle behind it, and you've got to pay attention to it. And it might take you by surprise. But let's dig into that. Before we do, we've got a review coming in from Neil. Again, I want to help you be like James, what we talked about earlier. Where not many people get to feel this and have their significant other excited. Most people, the high majority, 90 to 95%, will more often feel like Jim. But again, if you invest in your education and you learn the core principles of trading, you learn how to play this game, you can be like James and also like Neil, one of my students, who said, quote, "The cost of his class is minuscule compared to the money I am now earning in crypto, thanks to Crypto Crew University." We have another one coming in from Sergio. Sergio, quote, "I've already made 3 times what the classes cost. I want to help you get on the other side of the fence where you deserve. I want to help you going from feeling like this to feeling like this. And that's what you deserve, especially in this new year. Let's get you started on the right path." So the question becomes, Steve, I'm ready. I'm putting my foot down. I'm there. What do I do next? Diamond or gold? The diamond is perfect for you if you're new to crypto. You want to start right at step 1. You want to start right at the beginning. You don't want to miss any important content. That's the diamond. Get the diamond. It will be the first link right down in the description, or just go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. You'll see the diamond right there, front and center. Now, if you've been in crypto a little bit longer, you don't need to start right at step 1, but you still want to learn how to day trade, swing trade, long-term invest, and you want to learn my custom hybrid strategy. You want to dominate trading? Gold combo, perfect for you. It'll get you right where you need to be if you've been in crypto 1 to 2 years. So if you've been in crypto 1 to 2 years, gold is perfect for you. It'll be the second link right down in the description, or just go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Any questions, just email me, info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. I'll be standing by to help you. We got to make sure we set you up with the classes that are best for you and your situation. If you're short on time, we have a solution for you. So let me know, info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. If you're on a budget, I have a solution for you as well, info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. So now, as we start moving into the bigger picture, we've painted a pretty serious picture for this short term and what has to happen with that 10.5 level. But what's the bigger picture saying? So we come back to our trusty chart. Again, I hope you've got this set up. Do you have this set up on your computer? You better have this set up on your computer. This is really helpful, and again, so simple. And this chart has been right time and time again. Not necessarily us. We just made this chart based on the facts, not our emotional opinion, and it's led us in the correct direction. It also called the top at 14K. Why? Because the bodies of the past 2 monthly candles. These are monthly candles, very powerful. And again, if you rewind the clock 4 months ago when we broke 10K, there was one price we were watching on the downside, just one. You know, a lot of people were talking about, we're only going below 10K for a moment and we're going back to 12 and 14 and 20 and so on and so forth. But that's not what the charts were saying. We didn't do anything special. We just kept our cool, look at the facts, take a scientific approach, and we said, look, our target is 6.4K, a very specific number. And as the months went on and on, then people started coming to our theory and they said, you know what? I think we're going to 7K or 6K or 5K or 5.5K or 3K, a lot of these numbers, but we went down to exactly 6.4. Why? Because if you look left, that's exactly what the charts were saying. We didn't do anything fancy, no fancy tools, just simple support and resistance. That's it. We went down to exactly 6.4, even though 4 months ago I got a ton of messages. Steve, you're crazy. We're never, ever going to go that low again. This is your last chance to buy Bitcoin, and we're going to 10, 12, 20, 40, 60, 100, a million. And people were really certain about that. But all those thoughts are emotional opinions, not based on facts. We didn't do anything fancy. We looked left, and 6.4 was screaming at us. And again, the past 2 monthly candles showed so much respect, and we talked about this at length. You can see the respect it showed, and we said no matter what time frame you see candles like this, if you draw these distinct lines on a 5-minute chart, 1 hour, 4 hour, and you see a large decline and we're coming to a key level, and we're landing, remember, like Elon's rocket ship landing back softly. We're showing a lot of respect. And we said the high majority of the time you see a bounce upward. And that's what we've seen so far. This is a new monthly candle. It's very fresh right now. It's a bullish engulfing candle. Hasn't closed yet. We'll keep our close eye on that. But again, 6.4 is still the level. It's still the level to watch. And this candle could potentially, according to this chart, go as high as 10K, where we'd be met with a ton of resistance. So that's what the chart's saying in the big picture. Let's take it a step further. This chart is the death cross on the 1 day. And again, when you enter a death cross, it's pretty substantial. But if you rewind the clocks back here, we had something called the 3-day death cross. Let's take a deeper dive into the 3-day death cross, because that's when things really picked up. That was a monumental market shift. So you can see that happened here, the 3-day death cross. And again, if we've been repeating these pound for pound, step by step, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6 is here. If we're going to repeat this pattern as we have been for 4 months, this comes next, right? So let's be really clear, because again, this is not the best of news, but this is the reality. This is what the charts are saying. Emotionally, I want us to go to 20K. I want us to go to 30K. But it's not looking like that, to be quite frank. And if you watch my videos, you already knew that. So let's take a closer look. When we had a 3-day death cross, we fell quite drastically, and we were well prepared. We talked about the 3-day death cross a bunch of videos before that happened. And again, I was bombarded with messages. Steve, the 3-day death cross is meaningless. We will never go below 6K. And we did go below 6K quite a bit. Now you can see the trajectory. So let's rewind for a second. The 1-day death cross is the 50 crossing the 200. The 3-day is the 150 and the 600. So that's what you see here. This is the 150 in green. This is the 600 in red. So simply put, look at the trajectory of the 150. It's not looking pretty. It's almost looking inevitable that we have a 3-day death cross, right? Just given its trajectory. The only thing that's going to save the market again is this 10.5K. That's the only thing that's going to save this market. Or, so let's play it out with scenarios so that everybody is crystal clear. The 3-day death cross is looking pretty scary. We're still 1 to 3 months away from it. Again, this is not something that's going to happen tomorrow or the next day or next week or even next month. We're 1 to 3 months away from this playing out. But if these patterns continue to repeat, it'll be a pretty drastic fall. There'll be a lot of blood in the streets. This is called capitulation, and it would get pretty ugly, right? The only thing that would save us is this 10.5K. If we got above 10.5K, that's enough momentum to really turn this around. That's enough momentum to get above our trend line. That's enough momentum to shift the market to be above the RSI. We would be bullish on the RSI. We would be above the 21-week. We would be above the 50-week. The entire market would shift. There would be a ton of money coming in. But right now, the way the charts are setting up, it looks like a big if. It looks like a big if. Is it possible? Hell yes. Hell yes. But is it probable is a better question. With Bitcoin, almost anything is possible. But what's more probable is this scenario playing out. Unfortunately. Over the next couple of weeks, there could be some new signals coming in the market. But earlier in today's video, when we talked about the next monumental move, the next big move that'll take everybody by surprise, that'll shock a lot of people, well, if this 3-day death cross plays out, let's back up. If we don't get above 10.5K, we're going to come down and make lower lows, right? It's inevitable. It has to. We've been in this channel. If we make lower lows, that means we're going to break 6.4K. If we break 6.4K, we've said it tons of times, it's likely we stay below this level for several months. If we stay below this level for several months, that means we're going to be in this Gaussian channel for probably about a year, just like we've been in the history of Bitcoin. And if we stay in this Gaussian channel for about a year, it's going to be a tough 2020. It's not going to be the 2020 that everybody expects for us to really continue a bull run and continue this 4-year cycle. That would destroy a lot of people's hopes and dreams. But again, it's momentarily. These are market cycles. Are we going to stay below the Gaussian channel for the rest of time with Bitcoin? Hell no. These are market cycles, but we have to stay ahead of them. Just like back in the days when I told you about the market cycle from here to here and from here to here, these are big moves that catches a lot of people by surprise, and we got to stay a couple steps ahead. So I'm breaking it down into the purest form I can. Again, join the movement, hit that subscribe button, hit a thumbs up. Let me know which scenario do you think is going to play out. 10.5K is the be all end all. Do you think we're going to get above 10.5K and shift the market and do something we've never done before, which is come out of the market clean from a bull market, from the Gaussian channel, from below the 21-week, from below the 50-week? Do you think we're going to come out clean, or do you think these scenarios are going to play out and it's going to be a pretty rough ride in 2020? So I asked you guys a question about a few months ago. We were around 10K. And I said, 1 year from now, do you think we'll be above 10K like everybody thinks? Or do you think we're going to be lower? That was a legitimate question. And I wanted to see the pulse of the community. We have a very smart community here, but it's tough. It's tough to look at the charts and say, okay, it could be very different than what I expected. And this may be one of those scenarios, but we'll stay a couple steps ahead. There's a lot to keep up on, so make sure you subscribe, hit that button, join the movement, give a thumbs up. And Steve's Secrets to Success is going to be a pretty big one, pretty game changer. So let's get to that. But again, let me know your thoughts. I'm hoping for 10.5K. I really am. That would be incredible. That would be incredible. That is the trigger point for so many things in the market the next 6 to 8 months. Now, we've got a review coming in from Ruan. Ruan says, quote, I went from losing my money to doubling my money in just a few months. My family is proud of me, especially my wife and daughter. Again, this is the feeling you need in 2020. You've got to turn around your portfolio. You got to recover your losses. You got to learn the fundamentals of trading. You got to learn the strategies, the techniques. You have to learn how to play this game. And this quote coming in from Lanny, quote, I earned 3 times what I paid for the classes in the first 2 months after completing them. This is the feeling you need, right? You need to feel like James, not like Jim. Let's get you on the right track. The new year is underway, and let's get you signed up with something that's going to be an absolute game changer for you before and after. Diamond and gold. Diamond, if you've been in crypto for just a few months, you want to start right at the beginning, and it covers everything right from step 1. You're going to learn exactly how to trade. You're going to learn how to set up the charts just like a beginner would. And if you've been in crypto 1 to 2 years, you're going to get the gold. The gold just skips the beginner portion of it. So if you've been in 1 to 2 years, you've already got that beginner portion of it, and you can jump right onto the gold and hit the ground running. You're going to learn how to set up the charts like me. You're going to learn how to day trade. You're going to learn how to swing trade, long-term invest. We're going to break it down in a really simple way so that you can choose which avenue is best for you and the amount of money you want to make and the amount of time you want to put in. It's all tailor-made, custom designed, and super simple. Gold combo and diamond will be right on cryptocrewuniversity.com or linked below. If you have any questions, let me know. Info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. So Steve's secrets to success. This is going to be a pretty good one. But first, the Bitcoin giveaway. You got to go enter that right now. You've got a pretty good chance of winning. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com, enter your email address, hit subscribe. It's free. You want to win $100 of Bitcoin? You probably should want to win. So go enter your email address here. If you've already entered, that's great. You're already entered into the contest. You can feel free to use a different email if you want a better chance of winning. Okay, Steve's secrets to success. This is a really powerful one. This is what a lot of people get wrong. And this is what stops a lot of people from reaching their true potential. It's what stands in the way from having a big dream, a big goal, to not acting on it and not accomplishing it. So I can tell you from personal experience, I've had some pretty big goals and I've reached all of them, and I've exceeded a lot of them beyond my expectation, especially coming from where I came from a less fortunate background. We really struggled with money. We were worried about keeping the lights on and things like that. To get to where I am today, it's been a very big shift. But here's the secret. You have a goal. You have a dream. Think about that goal or dream right now. It's probably something you've thought about for a long time. You've probably thought about it for years, and you're like, I always want to do this. I've always wanted to accomplish this. But here's where you go wrong. Most people don't focus on the destination. They focus on how. How am I going to achieve that? How? What are the steps? Where do I start? What do I do? What's step 1, step 2, step 3? And that's where everybody goes wrong. If you want to achieve your goals and you want to get to that place, that big dream, only focus on the destination. Only focus on the destination. Everybody focuses on the small picture about how. How am I going to do that? Oh, I want to do this in my career. How? Where do I start? Screw that. Take that concept and throw it directly in the garbage and only think about your destination and believe in yourself that you're going to get there. And guess what? You will get there. I guarantee it. Focus on the destination, not the how. Let me give you a real world example. Picture right now, there's a mountain in front of you, right? Picture that. You're at the bottom, there's a mountain in front of you, and you're looking up, right? If your only focus was to get to the top of the damn mountain, you would get there. But most people are like, okay, my big goal is to get to the top of the mountain. How am I going to do it? Wow, it looks really tough. There's a lot of steps in between. What are the 27 steps in order to get here? There's this. I got to do all these things. Oh my God, it's overwhelming. I'm not doing anything. I'm not climbing the mountain. If your only thought, if your only focus was, I'm getting to the top of that mountain and nobody's going to stop me, nobody's going to get in my way, guarantee I'm going to get to the top of the mountain, guess what? You're getting to the top of the mountain. That's the difference between people that are really successful and the people that don't even start. They're focused on the how, not the destination. Let me know if that connects with you. Let me know if you've been in that situation. And also, feel free to write your dream, your goal. This is a new year. A lot of people make New Year's resolutions. I think it's quite silly. But let me know your dream or your goal, something that you've been wanting to do for probably years. Let me know your destination. Comment down below, especially if this connected with you. So that's it for this week's video. I need to jump back and go see how my son is doing. 102 fever has not been fun, and my mom is here. Shout out to my mom. She's probably watching this video. But again, I only get to see her a couple times a year, so we got to make use of it. That why 44 minutes. We're doing good. Normally we're about 10 minutes more. But let me know what you think about this video. 10.5K is so critical. I'm curious to see how it's going to play out. I hope the charts over the next couple of weeks really show us some signals that we're turning a corner, because we really need that in the market right now. So let me know your thoughts. I'll see you right back here next Wednesday. Same time, same place. Go enter that chance to win $100. cryptocrewuniversity.com. Scroll to the bottom and we'll announce the winner right here next week. Peace and love to the crypto crew.